Pain. I'm in pain. I need to talk to you guys. I got to get this out of me. Before we get started, make sure you're liking this video and subscribing to the channel, guys. Hit the bell for notifications so you get these when they go live. Let's talk about Jazz Nuggets. All right, guys. Jamal Murray has ruined my night. He has given me sadness that I didn't know I could feel, but I felt it tonight. After this game, it's been a few hours to digest. I'm still feeling it. He put a dagger in my chest, Jamal Murray. You got to stop this. Stop going crazy like this. You're hurting my soul. Jamal Murray went bonkers again tonight. He's basically just gone insane the last two games. Tonight, Jamal Murray, 65% from the field, 26 shots. He made 65%. The guy is out of his mind. One thing, if you're a Jazz fan, to be a little bit happy about is he only took 8 threes, and what he took was 50%. Last game, he shot 65% from 3. Tonight, 4 for 8, so maybe the Jazz were doing some things to kind of run him off the line, but he still made them pay. 17 for 26. That's a monster number, and that's just incredible. That's him going to the rim. He made incredible shots on Rudy Gobert tonight. Just looked like he could do whatever he wanted. He was making step backs, mid-range pull-ups. He grabbed like loose balls, just put them up. It seemed like he couldn't miss. That rim looked like an ocean to him, and he just had to throw it in. And it was, Jamal Murray, when he is on fire, he is just one of the best scorers in the league. He's unbelievable. What else can you say? The other guy you got to talk about, and it was especially in the first half, he actually kind of cooled off afterwards, obviously. Nikola Jokic was just insanely good tonight. 7 for 11 from 3, 63%. He took 11 threes and made 7 of them. That's 21 points just off of threes. That's insane. It's hard for me to even, understand that. It's breaking my brain. 7 for 11 from 3. That's out of this world. 31 points. 21 of those were from 3. 12 for 19 from the field. So let's just do the math here. So 5 for 15 from the field. So unbelievable shooting from Nikola Jokic. That ability to hit that 3 was unreal. I'm hurting. I'm in a lot of pain. How did this happen again? I was talking to some people on Twitter. Outside of those two, it was pretty rudimentary stuff. Michael Porter Jr. was 3 for 7 from 3, but he's 5 for 11 from the field. That guy has just been taken out of this series in a lot of ways. He's still a remarkable shooter, but his inability to do anything outside of spot-up shooting is kind of showing. Jeremy Grant had a nice night, I would say, defensively. He was big. They really did a good job containing in a lot of ways. Although, there were some things if you look at for Utah that if they can fix, they should be happy for next game. But my gosh, the way that Jamal Murray and Jokic are playing, it just feels like this is just going to stay. They can't miss. Jamal Murray's unbelievable. He is just taking it to Royce O'Neal. Royce O'Neal had a terrible night. He hit some threes in the first half. It felt like he was starting the game with confidence, but man, Jamal Murray just took it. That guy can just hit shots. My goodness. Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic, that two-man game is unbelievable right now. Offensively, it's unbelievable. Defensively, it's a different story, but offensively, when Jokic is shooting 63% from 3 and Murray's 50% and he's shooting these numbers are bonkers. These are video game numbers, literally. And so I don't know. You just have to tip your cap to that type of play. That's out of this world. And the crazy thing is that they were behind for a lot of this game. Utah didn't have an answer. So you can see from those numbers that maybe the Jazz tried to kind of take Jamal Murray off the three-point line to force him to be a more mid-range to close-range shooter. And it really seemed to actually, now that you look at it, kind of work. But, man, Murray just buried him. So all props to Murray for what he did. That was amazing. That was unbelievable. What else can you say? For Utah, they, for the most part, played, a pretty standard game. It was not enough to win a playoff game, that's for sure. The one thing I do want to say, after all this is said and done, is Donovan Mitchell tonight in a loss, and seemed kind of quiet, I guess. 30 points, 47% from the field. That's incredibly solid, just under 50%. 4 for 8 from three, so he was 50% from three, same as Murray. And 4 for 5 from the line, so maybe that's a difference from last game. Was not getting the foul calls this game, I guess. 5 assists. He was slinging it, and he was only -3 from the game. So when you have like Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic having just an insane night, for Mitchell to have that good plus minus, that tells you a lot about how he was just in control of this game, and a big reason why the Jazz almost won. Donovan Mitchell is just an absolute star. This is who he is from here on out. And I mean, they were focusing on him to guard him, throwing double teams, and he was making the right pass. At the end of the game, he was making the right pass, and people weren't hitting shots, hesitant to hit threes. Joe Ingles and Royce O'Neal, if there is one thing I could say, shoot the ball. Shoot the ball. If you are open, shoot the ball. Do not hesitate. Don't think. Just do. Shoot it. Royce O'Neal is a good three-point shooter. Shoot the ball. That play at the end where Royce just hesitated to shoot, that was complete yips. And then he gets called for a travel, which, by the way, if you look at it, his pivot foot did not move. But I can see why the refs called it, because he was shuffling, and that was the game. That was a big-time play. If Royce makes that three, that gives the Jazz a 1-point lead, and who knows what happens at that point. But from then on, it was just a snowball, and the Mavericks just took over. And I don't know if the Jazz were tired tonight. Rudy Gobert played 42 minutes, and I really feel like Rudy Gobert was in his emotions tonight, because right before the game starts, he finds out he's not the DPOY, and we know how emotional Rudy Gobert is. He's an emotional person, you know, and he's just like all of us. We're all that same way. When you find out right before you go into work you didn't get the promotion, that happened to me one time, guys. About a year ago, I was at my day job, I was trying to get this promotion. I had worked hard for it for a couple years, and I went through second interviews and everything. It came down to me and one other guy, and I came to work that day, and I found out they gave it to the other guy, and I got emotional, and I had to go home. You know, imagine you're Rudy Gobert. You find out right before the game. Rudy doesn't get to just go home and like take the night off and eat Cheetos and watch anime or whatever, you know, or play video games on your computer until you cry yourself to sleep like we all do, because we're all weirdos. Rudy had to play a basketball game tonight, and that's hard to do. He's an ultra competitive guy, and you know, he'll get over it. I'm sure tomorrow it's going to sting a little bit more, and then the Jazz hopefully will get the same Rudy Gobert they've had all series back. But tonight, Rudy was 4 for 9 from the field, 44%. He's been 70% plus the whole series until tonight. 3 for 4 from the free throw line, 12 rebounds. So overall, not too bad, but his impact was just not there. When you see those numbers from Jamal Murray, who hit those takes all those mid-range shots, makes all of them. I mean, he had so many moves where he scored on Gobert that Gobert just didn't get the block. It was a nice block on Jeremy Grant that he got, but everything that Murray did, I mean, a lot of it was on Mitchell. And so that is just like, that's tough stuff for the Jazz to overcome. And I think it really was Rudy and his emotions. I think it was. He's an emotional guy, and I can't fault him for it. You would hope that he could get over that for the game, but I think Rudy Gobert will be more focused next game. I want to see him cram it on people. Cram the ball, Rudy. Dunk that ball. If they block it, you go to the free throw line. But this layup stuff he does, no hook shots. I know he made that hook shot the other game, but you know what? I need Rudy to be rolling to the rim, and if he's not, passing that ball to open shooters, because that's what Utah was doing in those blowouts in last game. Rudy going to the rim and then passing it out to open shooters is a lethal thing, and it was just not really happening tonight, you know? Just not a lot of shots at the rim. I think the team lost a little confidence in him, and there was some bad body language there. So hopefully they can just kind of wash this out of their system. They need to forget a lot of the bad things. Royce O'Neal and Joe Ingles in the end of the game, shoot the ball with confidence. Stop passing it off. Just take that shot. Shoot it with confidence. It's going to go in if you do, because Royce O'Neal's a great shooter. Rudy, you are the DPOY for Utah, and you're a top 3 defensive player of the year this year. I mean, it sucks that you didn't win it. But you know what? There were stints during the season where Rudy Gobert did not show the same level of effort that he did the years previous, and it's part of the reason why he didn't win. And you can argue narratives and things like that, but the fact is Rudy did not earn it this year, and it sucks and it's painful, but it's the truth. And Rudy, you know what is more important than winning DPOY? Winning playoff series. This is the playoffs. You want to get, you know what I'd rather have than a DPOY is a ring. And I think Rudy Gobert would too. And guess what? The Jazz have as much a shot as anyone. They're in this. They still have a 3-2 lead. Denver, to get out of this thing, still needs to win 2 more. You know, Utah just needs to come into this next game and play their game, and they can win. It took a monster performance again from Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic for this to be a close game. And so if Rudy Gobert can play like he has all series, if the Jazz can hit shots like they have been, if Mitchell can continue to be this superstar that he's been and get a good game from Mike Conley and just adequate performances from role players like Joe Ingles and Jordan Clarkson. Jordan Clarkson was nice tonight. Jordan Clarkson was really one of the big reasons they were in this game. He missed some shots that he normally makes. There was a stint there where he had 2 or 3 bunnies at the rim that he normally just sinks. I was actually kind of shocked because those little inside floater shots he does where he works his way to the rim did not go in, which is crazy. But, a better night from Jordan Clarkson, it goes well. 4 for 7 from 3. Clarkson's shooting out of his mind, but it's that mid-range game that he has that wasn't quite there that you need from him. You know what else? I don't know what it's going to take for Quinn Snyder to play Juwan Morgan more. He played 5 minutes tonight and was +2. And I know some of you in the comments talk about plus minus, and I know I probably use it too much. But that tells you something. The guy plays incredible defense. And you know what the Jazz needed this game? They needed some defense to stop Jokic and Murray. I don't know why Quinn's not playing him. It's bizarre. I would rather play Morgan than Tony Bradley because Tony Bradley was absolute stink fest tonight. He had a couple plays, but he had 2 dunks that he did not take, or just and there was one play where he bobbled the ball. It's 6 points in a close game. That's big time stuff. And you know who has over 60% from the field shooting percentage for the G League was Juwan Morgan, and he was doing that at the rim. He has Derek Favors like hands that he gets that ball and he puts it in the rim. You know what else he does? He makes the right play. We've just seen nothing but good things from Juwan Morgan this game, and he deserves more than 5 minutes. I just flat out, I don't know what it is with Quinn that he doesn't play him. Maybe there's something he knows, but we know from past history, Quinn just kind of plays these guys and just doesn't adjust sometimes. It takes catastrophic performances, multiple games, for him to finally make changes. And I don't know what Juwan Morgan did other than help the Jazz win 2 games by 30 points. So I don't understand it. I would just like Quinn to play him more. Should we start a petition, a GoFundMe, something like this to get this to go? I don't know what it's going to take, but that's one thing that the Jazz could do is either replace Niang with Juwan Morgan or Tony Bradley. And I would rather replace Tony Bradley because Juwan Morgan can play that position. And at least George Niang tonight hit some shots. George Niang was 3 for 5 from the field. He hit some shots. I don't know what Bradley's bringing you. It's not great. 2 points. It was rough. It was really, really rough. Guys, that's all I got. Make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. This does help me. Thank you for listening to me. I hope you subscribe and listen to the future. And I'll talk to you later.